In this video, we're going to be sharing 10 huge reasons as to why we think Hedera HBAR has the potential to reach $1 and beyond in the coming 2025 bull run. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into it. Now, straight into the first reason is the Hedera Governance Council, which is made up of some of the largest companies in the world. You can see Dell Technologies, Google, Dutch Telecom, IBM, LG, Mondelez, Shinhan Bank, Ubisoft, Standard Bank. Guys, you've got so many. Chainlink, BitGo, Australian Payment Plus, and these are all responsible for governing the entire Hedera network. More huge companies are consistently joining the list on the Hedera Governance Council. However, they are selected very carefully, and that's exactly what I love about Hedera. They are governed by some of the biggest and best companies, and that won't change. But moving on to the second reason, we have got the stablecoin studio on Hedera, and as you all may know, guys, stablecoins are taking over worldwide. We are seeing global adoption finally with stablecoins around the world, and therefore Hedera HBAR has got their very own stablecoin studio, which makes it incredibly easy for governments, companies, and so on to launch their very own stablecoin. All following regulations and all compliant with all laws, and this is exactly what we want to see. Hedera is going to be used by countries, governments, you name it, all around the world, and we have already got some prime examples. Here, guys, you can see stablecoins built on Hedera. Standard Bank, the South African bank and financial services group, Shinhan Bank, Cathay Bank, Jewel Bank, SCB Tech X, Rivia. Guys, I know some of these you may have not heard of. Maybe you have in your part of the world. However, I haven't heard of some of these, but some of them I actually have heard of, and it is absolutely massive. Not only that, guys, but you can see over here that we've got AUDD launches natively on Hedera, pioneering Australian dollar stablecoin innovation. Yes, one of the largest countries in the world has launched their very own stablecoin with Hedera. This is absolutely massive, guys, and as we start to see more countries, more governments, more companies, and so on launch stablecoins, hopefully on Hedera, then we should see some more adoption for the Hedera token as well. This is the second reason as to why I'm extremely bullish on the Hedera network, and therefore I would highly recommend getting to understand how Hedera works closely with all of these banks, governments, and so on to launch stablecoins. They have got all the infrastructure ever needed, guys, and this is the perfect platform in my personal opinion. However, moving on to the third reason, and that is going to be their remarkable list of partners, and that is going to be excluding the Hedera Governance Council. However, we've got KPMG India, which together they co-develop enterprise-grade DLT solutions. We've got Accubits Technologies, which they work on NFT, exchange, and enterprise app development. We've got the incredible Chainlink, which utilizes the cross-chain Oracle and CCIP integration. We've also got NVIDIA and Intel, which utilizes the AI data authentication infrastructure. We've got Dell Technologies, which utilizes the edge computing deployments on Hedera. We've got ServiceNow, which uses it for business workflow timestamping. Agnex Technologies, secured by Hedera Investment. Mingo for Web3 ticketing and metaverse projects, and so many more. So guys, you can see the incredible list of partners. There are more, and there are more we could go through. However, I'm expecting to see many more in the future, and we'll also cover that later down the line. However, for now, we're going to move on to the fourth reason, and this is going to be Hedera's community. Now, without a strong community, my friends, we are nothing. That goes the same with any single crypto project. If there's no strong community behind the token and project, then it's as good as nothing. No one's going to hodl it, no one's going to buy it, no one's going to talk about it. And that being said, I personally think Hedera has a fantastic community. That's you if you're watching this video right now at this point. Guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're enjoying it so far, please and thank you. However, it is all about community, and I personally believe Hedera has a solid community that will only get stronger as, of course, they start to become globally adopted by companies, protocols, and people worldwide. So down below, guys, you can see that people are engaging with Hedera tweets on a constant basis. If you go over to CoinMarketCap, you'll be able to see the community talking about it on the right hand side just above my camera. Here, guys, you'll also be able to see the community sentiment up top, which you can see has 885,000 votes. 88% saying that Hedera is a bullish token, with 12% saying bearish. Fair enough. Guys, I am on that 88% side, so I'm going to hit that button, and of course, I have voted bullish. Nonetheless, guys, that was all done apparently within the last 24 hours. I believe it said I can update again in 24 hours. Maybe not. However, 885,000 votes on Hedera, voting for it to be bullish. That is one strong community. Up next for the fifth reason, guys, is the asset tokenization studio on Hedera. And what is this for? This is all about the real world assets, and that is the fifth reason. Hedera works with real world assets, guys, and that is of course going to be one of the largest narratives in the world, probably the largest narrative out there once of course it becomes globally adopted. Companies are looking for the right technology, and because of their incredible governance council, their incredible list of partners, everyone will know where to go, and that is the Hedera asset tokenization studio, in my personal opinion. They have a great head start because of their network of companies and so on, guys. They have got some outstanding technology which you can do your own research on down here. You can see here, guys, that we've got a Hedera ecosystem market cap of $2 billion. Tokenized assets, $50 million already, and enabling a 0.0001 cent transaction fee, which is absolutely fantastic and will incentivize many companies and protocols and governments to launch asset tokenization over on the Hedera studio. However, guys, you can see some examples down here of who have already used the Hedera company for asset tokenization. Real world assets, we have got Arcax for a digital asset exchange, broker and custodian. We've got Red Swan for commercial real estate companies, Diamond Standard, USDC, guys, IO Builders, Zonix, Tok Invest, Cast Capital, and many others. Take a look yourselves, guys, do your own research, and you'll see that many companies and protocols are launching real world assets on the tokenization studio on Hedera. Nonetheless, moving on to the next reason. And for number 6, as you may have guessed, guys, this is going to be tied in with number 4 and 5. Hedera is a multi-narrative token, and that is my 6th reason. What I mean by this, guys, is that you can already see that it covers stablecoins. You can see that it already covers RWA. But up top, you can see so many other use cases for the Hedera token. We've got the AI studio, guys, which I cannot miss this one at all. If we go over to their X page, you'll be able to see here with Hedera's agentic AI. Now, we know that AI agents are taking over the world, guys, and AI studio on Hedera is another huge use case for this token, giving it so much more utility. Now, although I'd like to take you more through this, I'm not going to go through it in this video, but we'll come back to this at a later date. Nonetheless, this is phenomenal. We've got so many other use cases such as data integrity. We've got the Hedera Guardian for auditable carbon markets and traceability. We've got so many others, guys, such as decentralized identity, DeFi, payments, sustainability, consumer engagement and loyalty, decentralized logs, NFTs, and many more soon to come. Hedera is keeping up to date with the latest trends, narratives, and they are building the most outstanding platform for the all-in-one blockchain. And guys, this is the one reason that I think is absolutely phenomenal for Hedera, because unlike many other layer 1 tokens, it hasn't got as many use cases as we can see with this Hedera layer 1 blockchain and token. Nonetheless, guys, that is number 6 because it's a multi-narrative token. For number 7, this is going to be about the Hashgraph consensus mechanism. Now, friends, this is absolutely unique. Now, why I've said this one, guys, is because their consensus mechanism is unlike any other. No one else uses a consensus mechanism like Hedera Hashgraph. They utilize the Hashgraph consensus mechanism crossed with the proof of stake and ABFT, which we won't go into too much detail in this video. However, if you'd like a full deep dive on how Hedera's technology works, you can let us know in the description down below. However, all you need to know is that it's scalable, it's cheap, it's fast, it's secure, and it's interoperable, meaning that it can connect with the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine, enabling developers to build on the Hedera ecosystem utilizing EVM compatible smart contracts. Absolutely fantastic, and that is my 7th reason. Let's leave it short and sweet. Up for number 8 is the regulatory compliance behind Hedera. Yes, they comply with all the laws and regulations, and this is a phenomenal reason as to why Hedera could very well reach that dollar price point. Companies around the world are not looking for some dodgy blockchain or dodgy protocol of which they're going to launch a stable coin or launch real world assets. They want a legitimate application, they want a legitimate blockchain, they want a legitimate network, and they want a legitimate team to work with. And this is where Hedera comes in. They are fully regulated, they are fully compliant with laws around the world of where they operate, and therefore I think this is a specific reason of which could take Hedera to $1 and beyond, because they could be adopted by the most largest companies around the world, and we've already seen that with their incredible governance council. So there's nothing stopping Hedera from becoming globally adopted because of regulations. That's because they already follow all the laws and regulations. Fantastic. That's my solid 8th reason, guys, regulations. However, moving on to number 9, after that one being nice and short. And this is going to be the Hedera roadmap, which they have consistently been updating. And you can see some fantastic things that we are expecting and some fantastic things that have already been completed. So guys, honestly, keep up to date with the roadmap because you can see exactly what we are going to be expecting. You can see so many upgrades coming for the network. You can see so many upgrades coming for the use cases all in all. Honestly, this is a superior roadmap of which we should keep an eye on because it gives us a rough idea of what we're expecting with the Hedera network and of course the HBAR token. However, expect lovely surprises along the way, guys, because they don't mention everything they're doing on the roadmap. However, they come out with lovely surprises over on X, so keep up to date in their community because you'll obviously get some other alpha. But also, guys, just to mention, in my personal opinion, when a company or a protocol has a roadmap, I think it is a green tick. Why? Because we know exactly what they're doing. We need to be up to date with exactly what they're doing because that's what decentralization is all about. As a token holder, we all want to stay in the loop. We want to know what a company or protocol is doing. And that's why I think this is a phenomenal reason as to why Hedera could reach that $1 price point because of its incredible list of things planned to launch on its roadmap. I'm very excited, guys, and we'll leave it at that. However, the 10th and final reason as to why I believe Hedera could very well reach that $1 price point, and that is going to be the HBAR tokenomics. Now, guys, you can see down here that we've got a total and fixed supply of only 50 billion HBAR tokens that will ever exist. We've got 42.39 billion tokens which are in circulation right now. However, what I do want to point out, if you go over to a Hedera Explorer, head over to where it says nodes. Here, guys, you're going to be able to see how much Hedera is staked on the network. And you can see that 15.59 billion HBAR tokens are currently staked. That is absolutely insane because that is over 33% of the entire circulating supply of HBAR tokens, and therefore most people have been staking their HBAR tokens in belief of the HBAR network to secure the network. Now, this is obviously including the incredible governance council of which are staking with their nodes. However, this also includes the users which are staking their tokens on those nodes to help secure the network, and that is users like me. We have done Hedera staking in the past, and if you'd like a full tutorial, you can let us know in the comment section down below. However, my friends, I think this is absolutely fantastic, and we are only going to see this number rise as the Hedera Governance Council gets stronger. And of course, this takes out a huge chunk of tokens that are actually in circulation because the tokens are staked. Nonetheless, guys, we can see over on CoinMarketCap that it's got a total supply of 50 billion. You can see the circulating supply, and obviously knowing the amount of stake supply, I think this is fantastic. And that takes us to this point, guys, where we are right now going to give you a couple price predictions. At the moment, Hedera token is currently priced at 16 cents with a market cap of $6.88 billion, ranking it the 20th largest crypto by market cap. And I honestly believe this is extremely undervalued in comparison to other layer 1 blockchains such as Ethereum, Solana, and so on. And if Hedera was to take a little fraction of Ethereum's market cap, Hedera would rise to incredible heights. And I don't think there's anything stopping Hedera from reaching those incredible heights. We've seen it reach an all-time high of 57 cents in September of 2021, which was 4 years ago. Yes, it's a shame it hasn't reached that all-time high. However, earlier this year in January, we saw it peak to around 38 cents, give or take. And I think that is absolutely incredible. It is just a taste of what we are expecting with the Hedera token. And we've been talking about Hedera for a very long time on the AltCryptoGems YouTube channel. It was around 4 to 5 cents in around 2022 to 2023. If you held all the way up until 2024 to 2025, you would have made some serious gains, guys, and I don't think this is going to be the last chance. I personally think we are going to hit that dollar price point, so let me take you over to market cap of, where I'll give you some rough price predictions. And for my first price prediction, guys, I know you're probably going to laugh, but I'm not saying that it's obviously going to do a Luna. But you can see that Terra Luna, which is now known as Lunci, has got an all-time high market cap of $41 billion. And that would give or take the Hedera token to around that dollar price point. Now, although I couldn't make it exactly hit that dollar price point, I think roughly a 6x for Hedera for the first stock in a bull run is extremely possible. It already did that, guys, from back here when you see it went from 5 cents all the way up to around 35 cents. That's a 7x, and that wasn't even in a bull market. Why could it not do another 6x in a bull market? I personally think that is extremely possible. A $41 billion market cap in a bull run for a serious layer 1 blockchain as big as Hedera's is extremely possible. You can see that through the governance council, which altogether, guys, if those companies were to add up all their value, it would literally add up to trillions. Guys, what the flip? This is completely undervalued in my personal opinion. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give any financial advice whatsoever. You must always conduct your own research and use a burner wallet if you feel more comfortable. However, this is exactly what I'm thinking. $41 billion, very possible. However, if I was to go a step beyond this, guys, where do I think Hedera could reach in the coming bull run? Well, $1 is a nice price point to look for. However, going that step beyond, I personally think it could very well reach the market cap of Bitcoin Cash's all-time high at $63.85 billion, taking Hedera up 9.29x to a price point of $1.51. This to me is a conservative bullish price prediction for the Hedera token. Now me personally, I'm very bullish on the Hedera company and protocol all in all. However, of course, take that all with a pinch of salt. Nonetheless, guys, 9.29x for this bull run is very possible. I'm not saying it's exactly going to happen, but I think it's very conservative for a price prediction in a bull run, like I said. Nonetheless, if I was to give you a degen price prediction for the Hedera token in 2025, what would I think that would be? Now, by any means necessary, I'm not saying this is going to happen whatsoever, but there is a slight possibility that if Hedera becomes globally adopted, the DeFi network becomes globally adopted, and users absolutely love to flock over to Hedera for meme coins, I don't know, for any DeFi activities. This is extremely possible. Now, $127 billion of an all-time high market cap from Solana would take Hedera to a $3 price point, and they're doing an 18.54x. Like I said, guys, it's not entirely impossible, but of course the possibilities are much slimmer. However, we need to see some major green ticks happen for this to happen. But if global adoption does happen for Hedera, guys, you best believe a $3 price point is coming at some point. Nonetheless, guys, I'm very bullish on Hedera. You can obviously tell that as I've listed 10 reasons and for the price predictions that I've mentioned. If you would like to see me cover 10 reasons for any other crypto project, if I can come up with 10 reasons, I will. Then let me know in the comment section down below and I'll try and make that video for you. If you're looking for airdrop tutorials, reviews, or whatever it may be, please let us know in the comment section down below and we'd be more than happy to help you. This is all for you guys. We make this channel for you. I wake up with a smile every single day making videos for you all, and I completely appreciate every single one of you. Friends, thank you so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.